Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope you are really well. I thought today's video could be a little bit of a chatty craft with me style video because I have a couple of really short crafts to make and I thought why not record it. So it was my best friend's birthday last week. Oh, just lost the paper trimmer that I'd got ready for the video. Good start, Amy, good start. It was my best friend's birthday and I've started making him a card and I want to make him a small gift as well. And they're both going to be D&D related. So I went onto Canva and I created this, which I didn't intend to print out on photo paper, but I quite like that it's a little bit shiny actually, so I've gone with it. So just on Canva I just did a plain card front, found a D20 dice, found a banner, added it, wrote happy birthday and chose a kind of medieval font. And then created these 3 boxes where I put +1 to wisdom, +1 to age, and -1 for patience. So he'll find that quite funny, one hopes. And this is exactly 5x7, and I do have a 5x7 card blank here, but I just felt that that was a little bit boring. So I think what I might do is just trim the same amount off of each of the edges and perhaps just back it on black, just so that it's got a bit of jazz, shall we say. So if I go to there on all 4 sides, it's not going to be very much. Oh, actually that wasn't as far as the other side. Whoopsie. Take a bit more off, she says optimistically. She might have gone a bit mad now. Let's see what we've done to there, and then I think before I take this side off, let's see how that's worked. So if I go to there, maybe take, oh, not very much off the bottom at all. So yeah, so that's what we're going to be making first, which is, as I say, super quick and super easy. And then once I've done this, I'm going to be making a couple of dice trays and just kind of waffling, because in all honesty, I've spent all day editing videos and I don't particularly want to edit another one. So I thought, why not just try and do it in the video? It's not exactly long crafts. Let's hope for the best. So I'm just going to use this Poundland tape runner. It's not the best tape runner, but for a project like this, it's absolutely fine. I used this on a card I made for Carolina, who is Carolina's Crafts on YouTube. I did it for one of her her challenges, and the card was falling apart by the end, so that was not my best plan. And then what I do at school, because putting some of the card through the trimmer at school, it's too big, I just kind of use scissors to cut around the outside and then neaten it up on the trimmer. So it's a handy hint for no one that asked. But there you go. Let's pop the lid on that for a second. Right, how much do we want? I reckon literally just to the edge of the guard, because it's not very big, and if it shows a little bit of white, it will look double backed, won't it? Perhaps I should have given a slight bit more black, but I can always trim the card blank if I don't like it. And last one. So I hope everybody's well. I hope you are enjoying your day, whatever it is that you are doing. You have to let me know in the comments below what you're all up to. You can just kind of see the white around the edge, which I think if I shave a tiny bit off the side, which is easier to do with scissors than the trimmer, because when you're cutting such a small amount off, it tends to rip. And then just shave the edges. And by that I mean cut along the cut line, because my blade's a bit blunt actually. I need to get some fresh blades for this trimmer. I couldn't tell you the last time I changed the blade actually. So it's definitely well overdue. If you just give it a little bit of a haircut like that, then it works out all good. So I'll adhere that in just a second. No, in fact I'll adhere that now. And then I think I might just stamp happy birthday on the inside rather than write it, just to give it a slightly more professional look. Just got a bit of glue on the desk, and then I'll write my message in the card off camera. which way is it? This way. So without trying to get my head on screen, I need to just line that up as best as I can. I did a terrible job of that. It's a bit wonky, but there you go. That's as good as I'm gonna get that. And then let me grab, so I think I'm just going to use this happy birthday stamp here, which is probably a Hobbycraft purchase at some point. And then I've got my little box here for my stamping bits and bobs. That's probably big enough, that one there. Use the VersaFine. Yeah, that'll do. It's on the top. So let's pop this on here first. So happy. Probably should have got some wipes or something up here while I was doing this so that I could clean the stamps on afterwards. I could have used my stamping platform actually. Probably would have done a better job. That looks pretty straight. Yeah, the stamping platform probably would have done a better job than me just winging it. Maybe I need to do a tester. Do I have any scraps of card in the drawer? Oh, I do. The problem that I find is I do a test stamp and it works out beautifully, and then I come to doing the good one and it's awful. Let's just hold that down. Oh, I'll tell you what I've got actually. I've got my Chucky tools. I'm going to use my little one. Now I'm going to push it down on the stamp like that. Oh, that made it move a little bit. Yeah, I need to be a bit more careful with that in the actual stamp, in the actual card. But that stamped really well actually. So let's ink that up properly this time. Perhaps the Chucky tool's not the best idea. And then let's line that up. That looks about right. There we go. Bit of pressure on that. Oh, I think I've got a little bit of ink on the edge. I've got it on the card, you can't see, but there's a little tiny smudge just there, which I can turn into Chester's paw print. Oh, there we go. Beautiful. Definitely not in the card where I'd want it. It's not exactly central, and I've just got ink on the back, but he won't mind, she says. She hopes. Let me just pop that out of the way. I'll clean all of that in a bit. But what I do need for the back, which have they all just fallen out? Which are in my little bowl here. My little crafty little Amy tokens. That one's got a mark on it. Let's use this one. Pop a little bit of double-sided tape on there. And then we go. So he's got a very smudged card. But there you go. That's said card. Let me move that out of the way so I don't lose it. And that side as well, because I need to clean those stamps in a second. And then, so, for the dice tray, I've got different frames. So I've got shadow box frames from Hobbycraft, which I bought for a different craft and I've not got round to doing it just yet. I've also got these G&T white frames from Asda, and at the same time I bought one set of the black ones. Now I think I'm going to try and use these black ones for his dice tray, because I did kind of say to him, what colours do you envisage, because he's the dungeon master, what colours do you envisage the dungeon master kind of preferring, which he told me red and black, which is why there's a hint of red in the card as well. So if I take one out, oh, I thought it was marked, but it's just a sort of a little bit dusty in the corner, so that's absolutely fine. Now the prints you could take out, you could use in some way, but I'm hoping this is going to be the simplest craft in the world, because what I'm thinking of doing is just cutting a piece of foam, getting rid of the glass and cutting a piece of foam for inside the frame. So let me just take this backing out. Don't want to damage it because I need the backing. And you can obviously take this bit off, which potentially I might have to do for his thing to lay flat. We'll see once I remove these bits. So this is the exact side I'm going to need the felt to be. So I don't know whether, I've just grabbed some red felt from my stash. I don't know whether it's best to cut felt on the trimmer or just cut with scissors. I reckon with scissors is probably the best idea. So let me get a pen. Line this up. I haven't used this pen yet, so I don't actually know if it's gonna, if it works. Oh, it does work. Because I don't need the darkest of lines, I just need a line dark enough to cut along. And biro shows up on felt a lot better than pencil does. Yeah, that's perfect. Just using my little feather. I think one of the kids got me that for Christmas, one of the school kids. And then try and be quick. To say, I'm hoping not to have to edit. And I've got 45 minutes of memory on my phone. We're at 11 minutes, believe it or not. 11 minutes just to back a card. Jesus, Amy. Should we call it the slow crafter rather than crafted on Amy? There is the felt. Let's just shed a little bit all over the desk. Oh, there goes the scissors. Now, do we keep the glass so there's a good rolly sound with the dice? Where are my dice? Aha, they're under the desk. So, do we want... Oh no, that sounds a bit dangerous. Let's try just on this. Let's take the glass out. Let's see what it's like without the glass, because I'm worried because he's got metal dice. I actually can't take the glass out. Am I being stupid? I think I'm being stupid. Let me pause it. There. Oh, knocked it out. No stupidity. Just these are angled in a way to stop the glass from just falling out, which actually is a genius design part to the design. Not so genius for me. So pop this into the frame. That should be perfectly sized. Add the back, and hey presto, in seconds we've got ourselves a little dice tray. And let's try, actually that's quite a nice, let's go for it. I like the sound of that. It's not the best. You can definitely get some really, really snazzy wooden dice trays, but for a fun little easy project, that was super easy. And then I can pop that in, put the envelope in the present perhaps. But I think I'm also, while I'm here, I'm going to make one for myself, and I think I'm going to try, just to make it different, I'm going to just open up this shadow box frame to see what it would look like in there. If not, I'm going to use a black one for myself as well. I envisage my character to be sort of silver and emerald. Those are kind of the colours I gravitate towards for her. So, I mean, to be fair, if you had like really unusual colours, like the white frames, they cost me, I think it was £2 for 3 frames, sorry, and they're a decent size, and you could just spray paint them. Like, this is such an easy craft. Sorry, I'm just trying to pull these little metal doodads out. But I bought these shadow box frames for a different idea, and I'm not sure that I'm going to like it on this one because of the lip. Let's just pop it in like this, the other way around, and see what this is like, because obviously this creates the shadow box, which you can just remove. You can remove the mount and the glass and everything. But design flaw in my idea, you can fold these back down, and then when you turn the frame this way, it will sit flush like that, but it's going to move around in the frame, and it's not going to make the size much difference. So I think I'm going to leave that for now. I'm going to basically do the exact same thing I did for his one, but this time I'm just going to use the green. And then what's cool about this is you could literally, for every character that you had, all you'd need to do is cut a different coloured piece of felt, or even foam. I do have the foam next to me. Let me grab a piece just to have a look. Oh, that one popped out really easily actually, because in my box of tricks next to me, that's more felt, do have green foam, which actually is almost the right size. But what I don't think I like about the foam is that it's not going to make as good a noise. It's going to be really muffled, and I wonder, like, as I say, my friend uses metal dice. I wonder whether after a while it will dent the foam. I'm not sure, but it doesn't make as nice a sound as it does on that one. And for some of you sitting there thinking, I don't want to hear dice whacking a thing, I don't know why it's a thing. It just seems to be a thing. We all like the dice hitting stuff. There you go. And who knows why. Oh, I'm just very aware that I feel like I'm waffling now. So I'm going to cut this green felt. I wasn't sure whether to go for this one, or there's also this colour, which is really pretty but doesn't really fit the aesthetic of my character, I would say. So let's just draw along here and hope it's standing out as much as it did on the red one. Let's have a little nosy. Yeah, perfect. Perfect. And where are those scissors now? Here they are. I'm going to just chop along my lines again. And you could, if you wanted to be even more snazzy, if you played different games that you needed dice for, you could use fabric rather than felt, because I've got really cool like Star Wars patterned fabrics and things, so you could cover it with something like that, but that's not going to work for the game that I play. So here is the frame itself. Which side is better? That side's slightly nicer. Pop the felt in. Is this from, oh no, that's from the from in between the frames, I think. Tuck this in, and then simply close it up. And again, I've got a dice tray, and this, I don't even think I need to take this off, but I probably could snap it off if I wanted to. I don't know if I want to do that on camera, because actually these could still be used as frames and it's still level, so when you're playing it's absolutely fine. It just doesn't make as good a noise as actual wooden trays. But yeah, I'm really happy with that. What an easy little DIY to do. So we've got two little dice trays and a D&D card in less than 20 minutes. One of my quickest videos, I think, and I've made 3 things. I'm going to have a little think of a way that I could maybe customise this. I mean, this one I could easily add some little bling for me, but my friend Jonathan's not going to appreciate bling in the corner of his dice tray. So I'm going to have a little think, and it might be that I come back at you with a slightly more jazzed up version. But for now, let me say thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed this little random chatty craft with me. You'll have to let me know if you like these crafts. Let them leave a comment down below. Let me know if you think I should jazz these up in some ways to give you a little bit of background for those of you that are even remotely interested. I am a wood elf sorcerer, so that is my character, and as I say, he is the dungeon master. So I am thinking of perhaps cutting some lettering out of vinyl. If you remember the dice embellishment box that I made, I added let the dice decide in vinyl on that box there, and I'm wondering whether to add that in some vinyl on here, maybe in some silver vinyl or something. Or silver would definitely work for my character here, for Squiggly, but I wonder what colour to do for his. I don't know if he would appreciate silver glitter. But yeah, there we go. If I add those, then I'll add a little community post at some point with them jazzed up. But for now, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, love you all. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you again soon. Bye.